What's going on, everybody? It's Unboxing Reviews here, and welcome back to another LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 video. So in today's video, I'm of course going to be showing you guys how to make young Nick Fury from Marvel Studios' Captain Marvel movie using the in-game customizer. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so to start off with, we're of course going to be making the appearance. So first up, what you want to do is you want to go into hair, and you want to scroll all the way to the top until you find the short afro. And for the color, we're of course going to go with black. Then once you've done that, you're going to back out of there, go into head, and you want to scroll all the way to the very bottom until you find these two Luke Cage heads right here. Now either one is perfect for this character. It's just personally I much prefer Luke Cage Noir because it's a lot more detailed and looks very cool. Now we don't need a neck piece, a helmet, an attachment. We don't need anything like that. But for the hands, what you want to do is just make sure that you match the skin tone with the face. Now then, for the body, you can, if you want to, go with Agent Coulson's body. However, if you have the Black Panther DLC, I highly recommend you go with Everett K. Ross, because that body just looks perfect with this character design. Now then, finally, all you need to do now is go into arms and make sure that they are black like this. You also want to do the same for the hips. There we go. And finally, of course, the legs. Nice. Now then, onto the weapons. So for Fury's weapon, all you need to do is scroll down to the guns category, go to gun type, make sure that you choose the pistol, then you want to back out of there, go into gun position, make sure that the position is in the right hand, and finally for the gun color, go to both weapons and just make sure that you choose the dark gray right here. Nice. Now then, onto the abilities. So we'll start out by giving Fury his passive abilities, which are very simple, because all you need to do is select Techno Access at the top, and then scroll all the way to the very bottom and select the tracking ability. Now then, for tap square, we're going to go ahead and give him the ability to fight, but we don't need any abilities on hold square. So on tap circle, what you want to do is you want to go to bolts, turn that on, make sure that the bolt origin is from the weapon like this. For the bolt style, we're going to go with the fourth one, and then for the color, I would recommend going with this one right here, because it's as close to the effect that actually comes from the weapons in this game that is in this customizer. And finally, for the bolts, what you want to do is you want to go to bolt damage type and choose heat bolts, and since we're not giving Fury any hold circle abilities, we'll also add the ability to target with his weapon as well. Now on to the passive traits. So for the health icon, I'm just going to stick with red. For the health type, we're going to go with standard health. For the voice, just choose any male voice. I'm going to go with voice 2. For the movement speed, we're of course going to go with default. And then for the target reticle, there's a lot of target reticles to choose from here, but personally I think this is the best out of all of them. Alright, cool. So we've done the appearance, the weapons, the abilities, and the passive traits. So now all we need to do is name him and choose a background image. So for the background image, I'm going to go with the Noir City because I think that looks really cool. And then for the name, we're of course going to put Nick. There it is already. Nice. Fury. Alright, cool. So now of course what we're going to do is drop Nick Fury into the hub world and see just what he can do. And here he is. This is of course my custom made young Nick Fury made in LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. Let's just get a good look at him right here. Now obviously this is an extremely easy character to recreate with this character customizer, but I've got to say I think he turned out looking very accurate indeed. So overall I am really happy with the way that he turned out. Anyway, let's actually get to exploring the Chronopolis hub world, because I haven't been here in so long. Ever since LEGO DC Supervillains came out, I've barely touched this game. So it's really great to return to it and actually make some more custom characters. Because the thing is, before LEGO DC Supervillains even came out, I still had a bunch of custom characters that I have yet to showcase on the channel. So if you guys would like to see them, let me know in the comment section below and I'll definitely see what I can do. Obviously, I'll still continue to do plenty more custom characters for LEGO DC Supervillains, and you know, if it's possible, more for the LEGO Movie 2 video game as well. But LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, there's definitely a lot more that I could still do with that game. Anyway, let's get this Quinjet going, and we're going to fly over to wherever there's some enemies in Chronopolis. And of course, talk about Captain Marvel, because I am super excited about seeing young Nick Fury in that movie. I think it's going to be amazing. I mean, obviously, you know, one of the things that we all want to know is just how did he get the eye patch? How did he lose his eye in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? But at the same time, there's also a lot more backstory and things like that that they have yet to touch on that we're probably going to see in the film as well. So that's really cool. I love that it's set in the 90s. I think that's going to be really interesting. I'm very excited about the music that they pick and things like that. You know, I'm hoping that they do kind of like the Guardians of the Galaxy, but instead of 70s and 80s music, it's going to be 90s music. I would imagine that's probably what they've done, but we'll have to see. But I think the most impressive thing about Nick Fury for the Captain Marvel movie is just how they've made Samuel L. Jackson young. I mean, the de-aging that Marvel Studios use for their movie now, the technology there, it's only gotten better. I mean, if I remember correctly, I think it was the first Ant-Man when they used that with Michael Douglas, where he slammed that guy's head on the table. Love that scene. I think that was the first time they used it. And if you go back and watch Ant-Man now, I would say that still looks amazing. But with Samuel L. Jackson, it's absolutely flawless. I can honestly not tell that is CGI. It doesn't look like a bunch of CGI in his face like you saw in, you know, say for example, Tron. A great movie, but the CGI was very obvious. Now, I can't even see it, and that's really impressive.
I thought I was a ghost.
Just goes to show how CGI is really evolving with movies at the moment, and that is really, really cool. And the fact is, you know, with this CGI de-aging technology that they've used, we've only really seen it for brief scenes. Like, obviously with Ant-Man we had it with Michael Douglas. I think it was in Ant-Man and the Wasp as well. And it was definitely in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 with Kurt Russell, you know, at the very beginning. So they've used it a few times, but they've been for short scenes. And this will be the first time they've ever used that technology for a whole movie. Because Nick Fury's going to be in it a lot. You've got to think about that. I mean, I'm not sure if he'll be in the movie like all the time, because obviously Carol will go to space and everything, and I doubt he'll tag along there. But all of the Earth scenes, I would say that Nick Fury will have a massive role there. So there'll be a lot of Samuel Jackson in the film, which is great. The more Samuel Jackson, the better. Apparently, he's not going to be in Avengers Endgame, but he will be in Spider-Man Far From Home. So if you like Nick Fury, you're in for a great year. And who doesn't like Nick Fury? I mean, he's awesome. Samuel Jackson is fantastic in that role. Take that! Yeah, there we go. I haven't really explained the abilities, but of course, you know, he can punch like that. He can target with his gun and shoot. And of course, he can also just shoot like that as well, which is cool.
Do without Alchemax.
I don't know. It's so great to come back to this game. I love the hub world. I really do. I think it's just awesome that you can go, you know, 1 minute you're in 2099, and then if we go around the corner here, or maybe not, oh, we're gonna crash. Hang on, we go around here. Yeah, so you're in 2099, and now you're in Sakaar, you know, from Thor Ragnarok. It's very different. It's more the classic Sakaar, but still, that's really impressive. And then up there, you've got Atalan, you've got the remains of Asgard. It's a really impressive hub world. I absolutely love it. I think the hub worlds in LEGO games just keep getting better. Because I love the one in LEGO DC Supervillains. That hub world really gave you everything you wanted from a DC hub world, because you could explore Gotham, Metropolis, Smallville. The only thing I would say missing from that hub world is Atlantis. But of course, they did that in LEGO Dimensions, so I guess they didn't want to do it again. But that would have been perfect, especially with the Aquaman content they're doing. Or have done, because they're all out now, I guess. Right, so there doesn't seem to be any enemies here. But what about up here? But yeah, since Nick Fury is in Spider-Man Far From Home, I would imagine that means that he's probably going to be sticking around in Phase 4. That he's probably not dead, which is great. You know, I'm really glad to see that. Maybe they'll keep him as the... Like, you know how, say for example in Iron Man. In the original Iron Man, that was where Nick Fury first appeared. Then he was in Iron Man 2 trying to, you know, get him in shape, basically. And then, I don't think, was he in Iron Man 3? I don't think he was. So I think maybe what they'll do moving forward with Phase 4 is probably have Nick Fury take the role, the same role that he had in the Iron Man movies, but for Spider-Man. I think that's probably what they're going to do. Not exactly the same, you know, you're going to mix it up a bit, but I think it will be similar. Where's the enemies? It just said there was some around here, but I've just missed them. Hang on. We'll find them. Come on. Yeah, they are. I knew it. I remember all the places that they hide out in this world. I know all the enemy locations. Right. I think I know this world better than the back of my hand. I absolutely love Chronopolis. It's awesome. Take that. Yeah. Shame there's no Skrulls in this. That would have been cool. Agent Coulson and Samuel Jackson. Oh, that's right! I completely forgot about that, even though I made the second character that. Agent Coulson is also going to be in Captain Marvel, and they've also de-aged Clark Gregg, which is amazing. Really, really cool. I mean, he doesn't even look that old anyway, and I'll be honest, Samuel Jackson looks great for his age too. It's just obviously he looks younger in the movie. But when you look at Clark Gregg, he doesn't look that old, so it's quite impressive, even though they've made him look even younger in the film. I just think that technology is incredible. I wouldn't be surprised if, say for example, I don't know if it'll be in Spider-Man Far From Home. That would be pretty impressive, but I I mean, maybe with an illusion from Mysterio, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we'll get a scene between Aunt May and Uncle Ben when they were younger, using the de-aging technology in a future Spider-Man sequel. Because everyone's always going on about we need to see Uncle Ben, and I understand that. I do want to see what the MCU Uncle Ben looked like and what he acted like. That would be great. But I think that would be an interesting way to do it. You could mix it up a bit, not do the same thing that we've seen over and over again. I don't think there's any more enemies around here. There's usually that spawn there, but nope, not spawning there today. I mean, Samuel L. Jackson said he's not going to be in Avengers Endgame, but you know these Marvel actors, they always lie. They lie to keep it as a surprise, and I love that. I would rather they lie and keep everything a surprise. I remember when Paul Rudd was going to be, he was like in the running to play Ant-Man. And I think he was asked, and he's like, oh, that's all rumors. No, I don't know anything about it. And then shortly after it, he was cast as Ant-Man. And thank God he was, because he is perfect in that role. I absolutely love Paul Rudd as Scott Lang. He's just brilliant. Really, really great Ant-Man. And that was one of the best things about the Avengers Endgame trailer, the first one. How it was so bleak and grim. Everything, it was so well done, that trailer, because it focused on the aftermath of Avengers Infinity War. Our heroes that are still left, dealing with the death of all of their friends and their family and things like that. And then at the very end of the trailer, there's this little glimmer of hope with Scott Lang. And I just think that was really well done. I cannot wait for Avengers Endgame. It's going to be awesome. Very, very excited. I would say that's probably my most anticipated movie this year, although I'm a massive Spider-Man fan, so Far From Home might take that place, because that movie looks astonishing. It really does. Or spectacular, for a better word. It really, really does look amazing. I mean, they've got Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. How can you get better than that? Then they've got, like, the Hydro Man and possibly Sandman and possibly Molten Man. We're not certain that that's them. They might just be illusions, but all that stuff in that film just looks incredible. And I am so excited to finally see it. And, of course, I would imagine that there's probably going to be a bunch of surprises that we don't know about yet. Pretty sure Michael Keaton's returning as Adrian Toomes. I doubt we'll see him suit up unless at the end there's, like, this big breakout scene in prison where he suits up as the Vulture and he, gets all the rest of the Sinister Six to escape. We might see something like that, but I wouldn't count on it. We'll see. We'll see. But I am very excited about it. It's going to be awesome. And I think that's it. It's Spider-Man Far From Home, Captain Marvel's obviously first, then Avengers Endgame, and then Spider-Man. So that is all the MCU movies this year. And then after that, who knows? I mean, we do know a few things. There'll obviously be a Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Doctor Strange 2, Spider-Man 3, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But then there's also going to be the Eternals and Black Widow movie. I mean, Marvel's got a great future going. I mean, everyone thought that they would be slowing down after once we hit Phase 4. No, they're just getting started, and I love that. Anyway, guys, I think that'll probably do it for this video. I've kind of showcased everything that my custom Nick Fury can do in this game. I'm just going to blow up the shield helicarrier there. Nice. Not helicarrier, sorry, the Quinjet. But yeah, I think I've showcased everything that you can do here. Very simple but cool character and a lot of fun to play as. But of course, if you want more Captain Marvel content, definitely stay tuned for tomorrow because I've got an even better custom character to showcase. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you all very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon. And as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.